What's up?
Hi, everyone. My name is Raia, but most people know me as Coach Carey. I'm a 3-time certified life coach and motivational speaker. Someone who has also struggled with her own battles of racism, bullying, and my weight, including losing over 300 pounds. My first day of grade 4, I walk into the classroom, and I'm the only new kid, fat kid, and black kid. They're all staring at me, laughing at me, making fun of me. I barely make it through the attendance and just bawl my eyes out, crying. Through my tears and pain, I said to myself, "You've done this before, you'll do this again, you have friends." So I walked back down to the classroom, and I introduced myself to every single kid and learned their name and something about them. Unbeknownst to me, I destroyed their preconceived notions, and it was then that I knew that life was going to be forever different.
Hi, I'm Jodi. I'm the CEO and founder of Move the Dial, and I'm so delighted you're here. I'm someone's mother, daughter, granddaughter, sister, best friend, volunteer, advocate, and mentor. I wear a lot of hats, and I try really hard to wear all of them well, but I'm also just a human. Each role I hold is part of my identity. Who I am and how I navigate the world is a result of many moments along the way that have shaped my very being. Like when my daughter was very ill and I had to contemplate what was truly most important to me. Or when my marriage ended and my identity all of a sudden included single mother. Or when I decided to make Move the Dial my full-time job and became a risk-taking entrepreneur. My journey has had many moments. Moments of happiness, moments of sadness, moments of victory, moments of failure, moments of anxiety, and moments of confidence, and have molded me into this: a proud mother, daughter, granddaughter, sister, best friend, volunteer, advocate, mentor, and CEO.
In grade 5, I came out to my parents. I said, "I'm a hybrid." And they were like, "Okay, what does that mean?" To which I replied, "It means that I don't want to go to ballet anymore, and I want to dress like a boy." At the time, that was truly the only word available to me to explain what I was feeling. And they said, "Okay, sounds great." And it was that acceptance and love that helped me be a proud member of the LGBTQ+ community. My parents never wanted my siblings and I to feel like we were any different. We were raised to treat everyone with the exact same respect. I'll never forget the day they sat me down to tell me that maybe not everyone will see me for me. And they said, well, that day, I got in trouble in school again. And for those who know me, that's not surprised. And I couldn't understand why. I kept thinking, everyone else was doing the exact same thing as me. Why is it only me getting in trouble? And very clearly they said, you are the only one in the classroom who looks different. So no matter if the other kids are doing the exact same thing, it is you who will stand out. They reminded me that it is important to be remembered for who I am, how I treat myself, and how I treat others, rather than getting in trouble. I heard them, but it never sunk in.
In the fall of 2016, I attended my first event as the incoming CEO of a nonprofit networking organization in tech. I excitedly looked around the room. Of the 130 leaders, there were only 4 women in the room, including me. This is what I often refer to as the moment that was the first seed of Move the Dial. It was also an experience that stayed with me. in trying to understand what it's like to be an only. In a room where I stuck out like a sore thumb, I immediately began second-guessing myself. Nobody shunned me. In fact, they were very kind. I just was acutely aware that I didn't belong. And the experience was weirdly disorienting. I recognize there are moments that I am not part of the all. In some rooms, I am underrepresented, and I don't feel like I belong. But mostly, I am the all, and that is what happens most of the time. I am extremely fortunate. I have benefited from my privileges in my life as a woman who is also white, cisgender, able-bodied, heterosexual, middle-class, and formally educated. I will admit that my privilege was not always apparent to me. My awakening to my privilege, and it is a journey, one that I will forever be on, has increasingly driven my passion to move the dial for all.
Our backgrounds are unique.
Our lived experiences are different.
Yet we have found the same North Star. We're united by our passion to bring diversity and inclusion to the center of our ecosystems.
And we know that doing this is bigger than who I am.
Or who I am.
It's about who we are collectively and what we can achieve when we go all in together.
It's about partnerships.
It's about friendship.
It's about allyship.
It's about community.
And
it's about you.
I'm up here because I want to ensure that all the work my ancestors and everyone who came before me is continued. There were times where I felt anger, sadness, and distance, and did not want to be a part of a system that so often did not include me. However, I realized that it was that exact same mindset that could potentially be holding me back. And not only that, but further perpetuate the gap between where we all are and us all being all in. So I changed my mindset, and I worked from a place of all love and respect in everything that I did, and used that as a catalyst to learn and teach others how to do the same. I'm a firm believer that we cannot make changes with the exact same mindset that got us there. My father would always say to me, "Come to me with solutions, not problems." As a kid, it didn't make any sense. However, that truly began to make sense to me when I was on my journey to making inclusion a part of my entire life. And my mother was a catalyst for making Black history recognized in Canada, and her unwavering passion for our roots and history has been passed down to me. She's here today in the audience. The torch has been passed not just to me, but to all of us.
Let's be honest. Going all in takes work. It isn't always glamorous, and it isn't easy. It takes a ton of self-reflection, and the learnings are not always flattering. I know this because my journey has had many of these moments. Moments where I thought I was going out of my way, but I wasn't going out of my way for all. Like when I first started Move the Dial, and I hired 3 women that looked very much like me. These were my first employees. I had a colleague who pointed this out, and I was mortified. She exposed my blind spot, and truthfully, I've never been more embarrassed in my life. It was not my intention, but I worked with a consultant to meaningfully learn and meaningfully change our hiring practices. That moment, as hard as it was a key shift in my mindset for what it means to flow power. Our programming and community today, thankfully, much better reflect the lived experiences of our incredibly diverse team and community. But this experience taught me an extremely important lesson. Good intentions are not enough. if you want to make real change, if you want to impact an entire ecosystem, you need to be intentional, not just have good intentions. And while moments of awakening might be very painful, they also challenge us to rise up, to learn, to unlearn, to seek mentors, to listen and listen and listen, and harness our power to improve ourselves, the communities we live in, and the world.
So you might be wondering why two people with such different backgrounds are up on this stage together.
The truth is, we're friends, but we're also strong allies to each other. We've done a lot of work together professionally.
Like when I couldn't scale my business and I didn't know how. It's really hard, but Jodi was there.
Or when I was having a tough time managing all the many hats I try to wear, including being a mom, which is my most important hat, Raia was there.
Our friendship is built on flowing our power and helping each other learn, grow, and succeed.
This is what going in is all about. It's about going all the way in for the all.
So when we flow our power, we create a world where all humans with multiple and intersecting identities are represented. And I believe that is the absolute goal of what we're doing here today.
Thank you. I love you. So welcome. The vision of our global Move the Dial Summit was to create a best-in-class inclusion experience, to bring together a values-aligned communities to connect, to be inspired, and to grow. And most importantly, to galvanize this community into action. Because, as I've been known to say, the dial doesn't just move. It is on every single one of us to go all the way in to move it together. You might be wondering, what can I do today to help?
And if you're unsure how to move the dial today, and we can help you think about it. So think of it this way. You're on the bus and you see an elderly person get on. Are you the one to immediately give up your seat? Or are you kind of sitting there closing your eyes, assuming, waiting, hoping someone else will give up their seat? That is exactly the point, that all of us can and should go out of our way to move the dial every single day, as often as we can. Because it is the collective impact of all of our individual small actions that can lead to incredible change. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for this opportunity.
Mom, I love you.
All right, so good morning. I'm gonna get kicked off the stage very soon because the team has explicit instructions that we're gonna keep on time, the best that we can. So thanks for indulging us that we're a little bit behind, but we're gonna pick it up. I am so delighted to be here. Our team has worked incredibly hard over the last 12 months to make today a beautiful, immersive learning experience for all of you that I hope will be super high impact. We hope that you will take the opportunity to meaningfully connect with one another, to see this as a chance to self-reflect and leave with 3 new friends who can move your own dials. I want to just thank the team, my team at Move the Dial, who has grown from a team of 7 to 22 today, for their tremendous work and absolute dedication. This day would not have been possible without their grit, commitment, and every single one of them living with a positive attitude and gratitude. So thank you to Team Move the Dial. I also want to thank our volunteers, our advisors, our partners, our sponsors. There are so many of you, but in particular, our valued partner and title sponsor, TD Bank. Thank you for believing in our mission, for taking a bet on us, and going all in with all of us to move the dial today. Thank you. And to my business partner, Jeff Fettis, who believed in my vision and had my back so that all of you could be here today and we could build this community that's now over 50,000 people together. Thank you for your ongoing support and guidance. And to my family, who's my North Star, and my daughter Lily, thank you for being my inspiration, supporting me, and understanding why Mommy has to work so hard. Thank you all for being here today. Whether you're a longtime Move the Dial champion or it's the first time that you're joining us, we really hope that you take the time to go all in with yourselves and be present to yourself and make the most of the day. Thank you so much.